Let me just pull up the thing. Cool.
First mistake, don't tell the prospect you're gonna pull up your script. So I was digging through the archives and I found one of my first ever sales calls on an offer where I was selling to hairdressers. I was a 19-year-old kid at the time. It was completely misaligned and I was terrible, awful, sound like a robot, as you will see. The main reason why I'm sharing with you is so you can see where people actually start from. A lot of people you see online who are crushing it, making a ton of money, they're doing all the great stuff, they don't really show you what they were actually doing when they started out. And you can see the progression just in this 10-minute sales call from then, in terms of communication, to how I obviously communicate now, talking to the camera, talking to you in a much more confident tone compared to this little 18-year-old, 19-year-old. So in this video, I'm gonna do 4 things. I'm gonna show you exactly what I did wrong on the call. I'm gonna break down the specific mistakes which cost me the deal. I'm gonna tell you the story of how I went from this nervous, fumbling weirdo to making a few $100 grand, being able to travel the world. And I'm gonna give you the one thing you need to focus on if you're a beginner so you don't make the same mistakes as this kid. Let's dive in.
All right, Frankie. I'm
All
doing my PR.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I can't. Yeah, that's all right. Cool. Let me just pull up the thing. Cool.
First mistake, don't tell the prospect you're gonna pull up your script if you are using a script or a framework. Now, as a beginner, using a script, using a framework, having something there is because you're on a Zoom call. It's not the end of the world. Like I did it for a while and it was okay. But don't tell them, it's obviously not. Don't tell them that you are pulling up your script at the start of the call.
So, yeah, what are your kind of thoughts about everything you've heard so far, and how are you feeling about everything? And you tell me what you want from here. I don't want to pressure you into anything at all. The ball's really in your court here.
So what I've just said to her there is, I'm like every other salesperson you've ever met. I'm telling you a load of shit, like I don't want to pressure you. The ball's totally in your court, and I'm reading that from my script right here. Now, if you're new to sales, or if you've been in sales for a while, chances are you know what typical salespeople sound like, right? And they sound like this. Oh, I don't want to pressure you. There's no pressure from my end. You take the time, you do whatever you feel works best for you, and we get into it. And you can just tell by the demeanor, like I'm moving around consistently. I'm very, very uncomfortable, looking down, looking left, looking right. There's no confidence in what I'm saying because I have no idea what I'm saying.
I just want to know what the pricing is.
Ooh, she slapped me with that. 1 minute, 6 seconds in, and we're getting hit with pricing. Let's see how young Buck Frank handles it.
I'm very kind of straight to the point. And besides the money part, everything sounds good. It sounds like something I would definitely be interested in, but I do want to know how much it is.
Cool. So the investment to get you to your goal of $15,000 a month, really allow you to have more savings, more, get that.
I think I'm reading off my notes there. Maybe I had a previous call with this lady, or I was just going based off of maybe what the setter got me. I don't remember. It was a fucking long time ago.
Money up to your emergency fund and everything, and just really allow you to work with clients who are going to leave you feeling energized, whatever, all your goals and stuff.
Whatever, all your goals and stuff like that.
It's a one-time payment of $5,000.
$5,000. Okay. Yeah, so I'm definitely not going to be able to do that. But I do appreciate your time. I appreciate all of the information because it does give me a different perspective on how to go about, building my business. And I also still have emails to remind me of Miss and what she offers. And so hopefully when I do get enough funds, I can come back to it in her and be able to dive into it.
Of course. And just, to get everything all right on my side. If the finances were completely not an issue at all, is there anything else preventing you from being like 100% in that we would be moving forward today?
That's not bad. That's not bad. Getting clarity on the finances. One thing I would rather do is like double down, double bind, confirm that everything that we have can actually feel like she can get her to where she wants to be. If so, why? Okay, cool. And then you could go into the finances. Like, is there anything else? Like, it's not the worst I've seen.
We would do more research on YouTube, which I haven't done. And I think you stated that there's reviews and on there, or people go into the program. So I'll probably look at that more before I would make a big decision. If I just had $5,000 right now ready to go, I would probably still review first before I made a decision. But other than that, it sounds great, but I would probably just think about it a little bit more.
So she's not certain, right? We can go based off of that. She may have a lack of finances. There may be a way we can break down the investment, but the biggest thing that we need to tackle right now is certainty, right? Because she said, even if I had the money, I would still go do research, which means we fucked up massively, right? When it comes to this objection, because she's not certain that we can actually help her get to where she wants to be. So what went wrong with the finance objection? Well, it's quite obvious, right? She gave me a money objection, said I don't have it, and I kind of just accepted it at face value. Didn't dig in, didn't try and open wallet, didn't get clarity on if she didn't actually have the money or she was just uncertain about investing the money. So yeah, did not handle the financing well. Let's see how we handle the think about it.
Before I made such an investment. $5,000 is not a whole lot of money, but it's a pretty penny.
Yeah, I understand that completely. That's, I get that. So, is it just completely not doable for you at all, regardless of, we don't, if this is going to make you...
I wouldn't say 4 times in 10 seconds.
You're not really
5.
struggling, then we don't want to, obviously put you in a position where that's going to happen at all. So is it completely just not doable for you right now?
Yeah, right now, definitely not doable. I'm not making that type of money to just give up so quickly.
So she says she's not making that type of money to just give up so quickly. That doesn't mean she doesn't have the investment. She obviously just doesn't see the value because she thinks she's giving it up. When if we could get her to 15K a month, let's say she's at 5, she's 3xing her income month on month on month. If I could guarantee you that you'd 3x your income, would you give me 5K up front? Of course you would, because you're a normal, logical, sane human being, right? So she doesn't see the value, or there's a little bit of fear, a little bit of uncertainty, probably coming from me. I am causing that because I'm so uncomfortable, awkward, and not myself in this conversation.
But it's something that I could definitely work on, along with everything else I have to work on.
Yeah, I understand that. So if we were able to offer a payment plan structure.
So I would never do this now, right? You go straight for the payment plan. Oh, you don't have the full amount? No worries, let's just do a payment plan. A few reasons behind that. One, again, we don't have buy-in whether or not she actually wants to do it, because the financial objection could just be a smokescreen. It could just be fear or uncertainty clouded by, I don't have the full amount, right? And going after a payment plan is the most salesy thing you can do, because it says, well, I don't give a fuck how you feel. I just want to make something that will work so you get inside and I can get my commissions, right? So what I would do instead is, again, take it away from the money. I would go and figure out, does she actually feel like this can help? Do you feel like, and why? I would go and I'd figure out, does she actually feel like this can help? Why is that, right? And then almost run what we call second discovery. So remind her of why she is here, why she's looking to make more money. What's that actually gonna do for her? What's the significance behind that? So you can then, when it comes to the financing, bring it back up to her goal. And do you feel like that investment would actually allow her to get there? And then figure out what the actual reason is behind her not feeling comfortable or confident in investing at that point in time.
Of any type, is that something you'd be interested in hearing at all, or just not? not today. You know, not at this kind of point in time.
I'll be interested
Pretty detached, to be fair.
in hearing.
Okay, cool. So
plan y'all have to offer.
So we do we can do a 3-pay payment plan where it would be 3 payments of 2,000. We do a on the call discount. The program is normally 6,000. We do an on the call discount of 5,000 for a pay in full kind of thing, and then we do a 3-pay, 2,000 now, 2,000 in 30 days, and then 2,000 30 days from then.
So an extra $1,000 to
maybe an extra 1,000 because you know, we just like to reward those, you know, really willing to jump into it today with the 1,000 off.
Yeah, we just like to reward those guys.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely not interested in the payment plan either.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I'm not interested. No stress. Let me. Do you have any other questions? Do you want to just circle back another time? Obviously, I wouldn't handle that like that either, because you don't even know why. How come? Right? This whole thing is a mess, right? And I don't want to abuse young Frank too much because, look, he was very new. But at the same time, there's no structure, there's no kind of direction, there's no leadership from myself as a salesperson in this conversation to help this lady get out of her own way. Because I don't even know, you know, I know she wants to make 15K a month. That's kind of it, right? Now, that was probably due to a terrible week discovery, but on the objection side of stuff, this is god awful.
Cool. Do you have any other questions for me at all? Just to, you know, if you were able to do this in the future, then we can, you know, get you in and get you onboarded straight away.
I am curious I'm curious to know if you've ever met Ashley before.
Me in person?
Yeah.
So she's fearful of me. She's thinking, who the fuck is this kid from the UK in his mum's fucking house? Looks like he's in a bedroom, blue ass wall, golf flag behind him, Barcelona thing that his mum made him underneath some form of shelf. And why the fuck would I give him 5K? And you know what? Fair enough, because that is a mental thing to do, looking at the way I presented myself. So that is really, really important. When you're thinking about a sales, if you're on a sales call and your presentation is ass, this is not a great presentation. I was trying to do my best, right? But it's obviously not a great presentation. Something like this is a lot more professional, a lot nicer, right? Having good lighting. The lighting's not bad, to be fair. Center the actual camera, bring it up a little bit higher, and have nothing that makes you look like you're 12 years old in the background, which a lot of these things do. Poor kid.
No, I mean, I live in the UK, so that is quite a journey to get to. So
right.
I've never.
So she just outsources a company or people to help with her business, basically.
Yeah, I mean, all businesses I feel like are quite like that, especially with you know, potential. Yeah. So but I mean, always on calls and stuff like that. So the face-to-face isn't doable, but yeah, I've spoken to her at least.
Just once. He's backpedaling a lot, this young boy. He's trying to justify his existence to her, trying to justify his existence to the world, and that is why he made no money and got fired very quickly after closing no deals in 20. Well, I closed one, but it was actually coming from a lead who gave me a husband objection. I handled it like this, also known as I didn't fucking handle it, and the business owner followed up and closed that deal and then gave me the $500. What a lovely, lovely lady. And I really appreciate her for giving me the time, energy, effort, or the trust to go and close for her company. Because would I hire this little shit? Absolutely not. Not for a closing role. He needs to go and cut his teeth dialing some motherfuckers.
You know.
Oh, you have spoken to her before?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this just shows that she's super uncertain about myself, right? And just she has a lot of uncertainty. So my guess is not even necessarily a financial objection, which I've obviously just taken at face value. It's probably a bit of fear as well, uncertainty.
Okay. Well, Frankie, I appreciate your time. I really do. Thank you for your patience and explaining everything to me. And maybe if I dive into this in the future, I might come across you again, or maybe not.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be more than happy to send you or link you to YouTube in order for you to check out some of the testimonials, and there's some videos on there that if you'd be willing to take the time to look at, and just to really solidify and cement this in that this is something you wanted to do. Is that something you'd be open to kind of watching?
Yes.
Cool. So I can email the links over to you to those videos, and then just, we can keep in touch, and maybe a couple months from now we can loop back round and see if this is potentially something you're able to do.
Okay, awesome. Sure. I appreciate your help.
Yeah, of course, no problem.
Mate, I would batter this sales rep if he was on one of my teams.
Okay. Well, you enjoy the rest of it. I don't know if you're on a work shift or not, but...
No, it's not like that.
And
it's not like that. I sling deals from anywhere. I'm an international Wi-Fi wealther, generational drug dealing slinger of info.
What time is it out there?
Shut up. All right, that's enough of that. Now, as you can see, I was god awful, right? But that kid, and the one mindset or mentality or trait that he had was key. And that was the fact that he just didn't quit. And he kept going and kept sucking and was just awful and then less awful and less awful than that, to the point where, okay, he's not bad. We're getting somewhere, we're getting there. And that took a long time. It took well over a year for me to get to the place where I was actually competent enough to close deals and have consistency. And it's something that I'm still learning now, right? You're never done learning. I can obviously communicate. I know how to speak to people. I can speak to you right now without taking any pauses, any breaks. Tonality's fine. I know when to take pauses and know when to speed up the conversation. But that comes from time, that comes from reps, that comes from practice. So if you are watching this as someone who sounds a little bit like that kid, good, right? As long as you don't give up, you will look back in multiple years' time and think, shit, I have come a long way. If you are new now, please take as much footage, recordings, pictures of your journey, because if there's anything that I wish I had more of, it would be pictures from when I started, videos from when I started, sales calls, more of them that I don't have right now because I was too scared, thinking that I wasn't actually going to make it and all of that would be for nothing. But if you genuinely have the belief and the conviction in yourself that you're going to make it no matter what, take those videos. It'll be the best thing you ever do. So I was able to go from this to then taking hundreds, if not thousands of sales calls and being able to make six figures every single year, no matter what, from anywhere in the world. I'm currently in Dubai. Yes, where the bombs and the missiles are going off. Had an alert earlier on the phone this morning. It's no stress. We're all good. It's a proxy war. Anyway, but all that to say, it all started with this. It all started with a messy, awkward, unconfident, low tonality 19-year-old kid in his parents' house, in his bedroom, trying to make something happen. And all because I didn't give up, and I didn't say sales isn't for me. I used these conversations, got these calls reviewed and said, how can I get better? That is why I'm sat in front of you today, being able to help you, help the next version of myself. So here's what I want you to take away from this video. If you're new to sales, or maybe you've been in sales for a little bit, but you're still unconfident, you're still not the version of yourself you want to be, which is fine, the goalpost is always moving, it's okay. Everyone's first conversations, first time you try something, it's going to be messy, it's going to be awkward, it's going to be terrible. It's supposed to be, but it's what you do when it's bad. Do you give up? Do you quit? Or do you continue going? Do you persevere? Just knowing that if you keep showing up, there is no way that you don't get better. Another big thing is consistency is everything. I did not become successful by majority of people's standards by showing up every time I felt like it. I showed up every single day for thousands of days on end, well over 1,000 days at this point, and did everything that I could day in, day out. Now, were there days where I didn't do everything I could? 100%. But the general direction was up and to the right. So if you're just starting out in sales or any other skill set where you're trying to make money online, please remember this. You are not failing right now. You are learning. And sales is the only single skill where you actually get paid to learn. Because when someone does close, even though you're not perfect, you get better and you get paid to learn. So if you keep going, if you stay consistent, if you show up every single day, it is not a matter of if you will make it, but it will be a matter of when. I'm literally living proof of that. If you want an in-depth breakdown of my exact story, there's a video somewhere on this page, maybe up here somewhere, where you can watch that. And if you actually want training, guidance, help, so you don't have to sound like that for very long, click the link in the description. It'll send you to a page. There's a free training on there, show you what it is, how we do it. If you want, apply, speak to me, see how we can help. If not, no stress. Like, subscribe. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.